Hello, this is Wright, Senior Minister of the Camp Creek Church of Christ. We are very thankful that you are viewing one of our services on YouTube. What we try to do in our service and in our preaching is give it to you right from the Word. We are glad that you have watched this. We hope you'll continue to watch. And we are, again, the church that camps by the creek, Camp Creek Church of Christ, 2400 Merck Road. Our phone number is 404-349-2852. If we can be of any service to you, please feel free to call us and we will respond to your need. Thank you again for viewing our service from the Camp Creek Church of Christ. Now, I say all that to say we're getting to a third law here. The third law, and these verses will help us because that third law number 3 is we reap in a different season than we sow. We don't reap exactly right after we sow. Come on now, life ain't like that. We reap in a different time, in a different season than we sow. Now here's our 3 laws. I want you to see them in order. Law number one is we reap only what has been sown. How can you reap something that hasn't been sown? That's what you reap, good and bad. Law number two, we reap the same in kind as we sow. You don't sow sweet potatoes and reap white potatoes. You reap in kind as you sow. But this morning we're going to spend the rest of our time on this law that says we reap in a different season than we sow. Now I'm going to go to Genesis to kind of set the stage for this. The book is Genesis, the chapter is 8. The verse is number 22. The Bible says, and this is the NIV translation, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. That's because God has ordained in natural law the fact that we reap in a different season than we sow. So there's a time when we plant, there's a time when we pluck up that which is planted. That's the harvest. But these are not at the same time. You see, the harvest comes in a different season from the planting of the seed. Now, if this is true naturally, it's also true spiritually and physically. It is abiding in the law of God for each and every person on this earth, just like the farmer who plants in the spring and reaps a harvest in the fall. It's equally true for each and every one of our lives. Now, there's something very positive about this. I don't want you to ever think that these laws are so bad that you don't see good coming out of them. Again, we're going to go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 11. What does verse 1 say? Cast thy bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Now, church, whatever the meaning of this verse is, you've got to see it as a metaphor. You've got to look beneath the words. And you see, when you're in high school, you need to study as much as you can. When you get these sample SAT tests, you need to work on this stuff because everything ain't on the surface. What do you mean casting bread on the water? Nobody throws literally bread out on the water. It's a metaphor. And there's some explanation for the metaphor. Somebody said, and I'm not sure this is the meaning, that what it means was you put seed out on the Nile River, for example, and then when the water recedes, the seed will sink deep into the soil. I'm not sure that that's the meaning. But when you think about metaphor, here's what I want you to leave with this. I want you to see the word picture. I want you to see the pictorial language of this great man, Solomon. What I think Solomon is saying is, and he used King Hiram for this. King Hiram was a great master of the seas, and King Hiram built ships for Solomon, and King Hiram used some of his own sailors to work for Solomon, and they would take treasures and goods out from the shore and travel all over the world. And then in about 3 years, they would bring back gold and silver and all kinds of precious goods. Now, they would bring back, according to this principle, something in kind as to what they set out to sea with. It happened in due season. So that's why Paul says, and let us not be weary. You don't plant today and look for the crop to come up today. You gotta plant that crop. You gotta take care of that crop. You gotta water that crop. You gotta get the weeds out from around that crop. And it takes time. Amen. Don't grow weary in doing well or well-doing, for in due season. You gotta know what the due season is. The due season is God's appointed time. We have nothing to do with the due season. You and I have to wait on the Lord. It is for this reason that we ought to do all the good that we can. And every time we have an opportunity, we ought to do what's right. Do what's fair. Do what helps somebody other than ourselves. So therefore, you hear Proverbs again coming up in chapter 11 at verse number 18. But to him that soweth righteousness shall be what? A sure reward.